Good day everyone, I'm Yoshua Adswara from BSIE 2A, and for today's video, we will be talking about the morphology of the fish, the internal and external parts. But before that, morphology is the branch of science that deals with the study of the form and features of any living organism. The study of the size, the shape, and structure of animals, plants, and microorganisms and the relationship of their parts. So these are the pieces of equipment that I will be using in this video. I have the chopping board and the knife. So just a disclaimer, we don't have an apron here in our household, but I assure you that I will perform this activity neatly. And the fish that I will be using in this activity is the tilapia or Oreochromis niloticus. The first one is we have the eyes. Eyes are mainly used by fish for seeing food, enemies, and predators. They are placed dorsolaterally or upper part of the side in most fish. The next one is the nostrils. Here is the nostrils. Nostrils are a pair of notches or slits on the nose of the fish. They are the openings for the small smell organs leading to the nasal canal on the skull. Third one is the mouth. Here is the mouth. This is the main organ that fish use to eat. The position and shape of the mouth depend on the type of food a fish eats and the level at which it swims. There are three types of mouth shapes. The first one, the terminal. The second one is subterminal, and the last is the superior. Next is the fins. Fins are distinctive anatomical features composed of bony spines or rays protruding from the body of a fish. Fins provide fish with balance, steering, and protection. We have here the pectoral fin, the pelvic fin, the anal fin, the caudal fin, and the dorsal fin. Next is the scale or caliscus. The scales originate from the mesoderm skin and may be similar in structure to teeth. A fish scale is a small rigid plate that grows out of the skin of a fish. The skin of most jawed fishes is covered with these protective scales, which can also provide effective camouflage through the use of reflection and coloration, as well as the possible hydrodynamic advantages. And the last one is the lateral line. Meron dito yung lateral line. The lateral line is a sense organ used to detect movement, vibration, and pressure gradients in the surrounding water. In most species, it consists of a line of receptors running along each side of the fish, and it can be continuous or broken. This is the gills or hasang. Fish gills are organs that allow fish to breathe underwater. Most fish exchange gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide using gills that are protected under gill covers or the operculum on both sides of the pharynx or the throat. Gills are tissues that are like short threads protein structures called filaments. Next one is we have the spinal cord. The basic structure of the spinal cord in fishes resembles that of higher vertebrates. It runs dorsal and lengthwise of the fish body in the neural canal of the vertebral column. In the transverse section of the spinal cord, two regions are clearly distinct, the central and the peripheral. The next one is the brain in this part. Typically have quite small brains relative to body size compared with other vertebrates. Typically, 1/15 the brain mass of a similarly sized bird or mammal. However, some fish have relatively large brains, most notably mormyrids and sharks, which have brains about as massive relative to body weight as birds and marsupials. The next one is we have the heart, this one. The typical fish heart has 4 chambers. However, unlike mammals, blood moves through all 4 in sequence. Venous blood enters the sinus venosus or a thin-walled sac and then flows into the atrium, followed by the ventricle, which is the thick-walled pump. The next one is the vent, dito sa part na to. The vent removes waste and extra water. It was also the outlet for eggs or milk or the sperm during the spawning. The next one is the intestine. Here are the intestine. In fish, there is no true large intestine but simply a short rectum connecting the end of the digestive part of the gut to the cloaca. In addition to digesting and absorbing feedstuffs, the intestine is critical for water and electrolyte balance, endocrine regulation of digestion and metabolism and immunity. Next is the liver. Here is the liver. The livers of fish are responsible for the same basic metabolic function as in mammals, including processing and storage of nutrients, the synthesis of enzymes and other cofactors, bile formation and excretion, and the metabolism of xenobiotic compounds.